This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Scott Dennis is off this noon. The morning rush came to a halt on Fruitville Road after a chain reaction crash involving 5 vehicles and a motorcycle. It happened in the westbound lanes near Beneva just after 7 o'clock this morning. Police say a pickup truck rear-ended a motorcycle and then crossed into another lane, causing a domino effect. 3 victims taken to the hospital, 1 with serious injuries. No word yet if that first driver will be charged. Up north, the big story is a blast of Arctic cold and snow. A closer look now from ABC's Gloria Riviera.
Extreme winter weather is blasting its way towards the new year. From the Midwest to the Northeast, millions of Americans are feeling a frigid assault.
I have to bear the cold.
It's really cold. I don't know, it might be a little too cold for us.
Whiteout and blizzard conditions are forcing many drivers to rethink holiday travel. From Missouri, where 5 died and 125 were injured on roads, cars careening off the highway even flipped over, to Erie, Pennsylvania, bracing for another 5 to 10 inches of snow after nearly 6 feet fell in less than a week.
A lot of snow, just keeps coming.
In the Northeast, white-knuckle travel from Maine to Massachusetts, where there was thunder snow and winds hit 66 miles per hour. At Boston's Logan Airport, lengthy flight delays and passengers forced to evacuate after a JetBlue plane from Georgia did a full 360 on the tarmac-turned ice rink.
We were straight, and then all of a sudden it started fishtailing, and and it started getting rough.
Authorities are warning sub-zero icy air and freezing wind chills can lead to frostbite in just 30 minutes of exposure.
So many places so cold this holiday, but the National Weather Service is predicting Missouri may just be the coldest, forecasting temperatures of -20 around New Year's. That would be the most extreme cold ever observed there. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Washington.
A little milder in these parts, John Scalzi.
Yes, sir. Milder today than yesterday even, so pretty nice.
Yeah.
We will kind of return more to an average temperature as we head into the next couple of days. So we got a front that's just to our north, kind of working its way southward. And you'll notice an increase in cloud cover tonight and maybe a spot of drizzle. That's about it during the overnight. And then temperatures may be a little cooler for a couple of days. But that cold weather she was standing in front of there, it's on its way.
How bad?
Well, you're not going to get 50 inches of snow, but yeah, it's going to be cool around here. Definitely breaking out jackets and sweaters as we head into the new year. Our Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion shows a little bit of cloud cover to start off your morning, but then that quickly gave way to sunshine, which we have now. Clouds will return during the overnight, and that is the time we'll work in just the slightest little chance of a shower. Only about maybe a 10% chance, and really total amounts, we're looking at 1/100 of an inch, so a little drizzle, that's about it. Temperatures across the area are responding to a little bit of sunshine. We're boosting our temperatures now into the upper 70s. We'll top it out today pretty close to the 80-degree mark, well above average, but there's the cloud cover out in Gulf waters, gradually drifting closer to us, associated with that front just to our north, producing a little bit of rain shower activity. Most of that stays north of us, and we escape too much in the way of a rainfall chance with this particular front. That won't be true in the days to come, though. By around 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll still have a lot of sunshine out there. Temperature near 80 as we head into the evening. Things cool, and by midnight, with that 10% chance of drizzle in the 60s. We'll have that cooler forecast for you in just a minute, Ray.
Thank you, John. Senate President Joe Negron is confident that Hurricane Irma recovery options won't be a huge burden in the next state budget. Potential public and private costs from Irma are staggering. The agriculture industry estimates more than $2.5 billion. That was the hit on crops and facilities. The insurance industry facing more than $6 billion in property damage claims. However, the state has yet to put an overall financial figure on Florida's costs from the storm.
The hurricanes are going to be something that we look at, we address. They definitely have a budgetary impact, but I don't think that it dramatically alters how we build our budget.
And that budget process resumes on January 9th. Along with the hurricane damage, this year we also saw people banding together to lend a hand Even people from out of state took it upon themselves to help those of us in Florida. A Nebraska state trooper joined a group called America's Neighbors. They worked together to help families in need in the Florida Keys. Trooper John Lewis got his whole neighborhood involved, helping match 14 families.
No, I was just a guy with an idea that wanted to adopt a family, and it kind of spread.
The resources coming in from all over the country, absolutely amazing and overwhelming at the same time.
The gifts included a propane tank, a freezer, and a mattress. Home prices are up this year, including on the Suncoast. In Sarasota County, the latest numbers show the average house is up 7%, costing an average of $285,000. In Manatee County, the median sales price was $289,000, an increase of almost 4%. While actual home sales were down last month from the month before, condo sales were up 30% in the two counties. A bizarre story from Florida's East Coast. A man is out of jail on bond after allegedly punching an ATM that he said began giving him more cash than he wanted. Surveillance video caught Michael Olensk in the act. He was later booked at the Brevard County Jail on felony criminal mischief charges. There's a new video game that is teaching students and teachers how to react to a school shooting. It was developed by the Army and the Department of Homeland Security, and it's being tested now at UCF in Orlando. The program offers several role-playing opportunities that can be used to train anybody with a computer. Originally designed for police and fire departments, the civilian version has been expanded to schools as well.
A lot of these deaths. We can prepare people better. We can make this a safer environment if we can get this into the hands of the right people.
A lot of these features allow teachers to test out things that have been tried. For example, Virginia Tech, they found that barricading the doors worked very well. So this gives different school districts the ability to try out different things, see what works for their given environment.
FBI data shows nearly 1/3 of all mass shootings since 2000 have taken place at schools. Homeland Security officials say the school's version should be ready for launch by this spring. Still to come on your Suncoast News, strength in numbers. Doctors say a good way to stick to your workout plan is to get others involved with you. We'll explain. And a new grocery store opens this weekend in Sarasota. We'll have all of the details of their opening day specials.
Coming up, we'll tell you how a little Sarasota girl became the Florida Principal of the Year.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're running a few degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. Got a couple of things going on. One, the dew point values are still relatively high, 63. They haven't really started to drop, which they probably will by tomorrow morning because of a little bit of cooler, drier air trying to filter its way in. Our winds have not shifted. They're still out of the southeast. And all of that indicates that the front is still to our north, working its way southward. Plus, we have some pretty warm temperatures around here. 77 degrees currently. We'll probably see our daytime high temperature pretty close to the 80-degree mark under a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Where the front has already moved through, temperatures have already started to drop. 76 in Tampa, 60 in Gainesville, 57 in Jacksonville, 54 degrees in Tallahassee. The front located just about over Dunedin, actually, just to the north of Tampa Bay, and it's slowly sinking southward. As it does so, a little bit of energy will kind of rumble through that front, if you will, kind of ride like cars on a railroad track. And some of that energy is going to produce a little cloud cover, so we'll see our clouds begin to increase a little bit later in the day, but not before we hit that temperature close to the 80 mark, which we already are in many locations. Northport is at 80 already. Wauchula is at 78, 79 degrees in Arcadia. Then you get right along the immediate coastline, and the temperatures in some places are a little bit cooler. 77 Sarasota, Boca Grande. 78 though in Bradenton and in Venice. Not much of a rain chance for us today. The moisture actually associated with this little bit of energy, this car on a railroad track, if you will, is very thin in nature. It's just a thin sliver of the atmosphere, and it's going to kind of ride right to our north. So we miss out on seeing any appreciable rainfall around here. May get a little patch of drizzle during the overnight. Can't rule that out, but we're not going to see much in the way of a sustained steady rain. So we had a little bit of snow shower activity just to the north of Atlanta today. That's a very thin layer as well. That's in the process of basically decaying away. So if you're traveling to the Atlanta airport this afternoon, you're okay. There's not going to be any issues there. Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte airports, I think are still going to be okay. There might be a little bit of rain in progress there, but it's all right. The frontal boundary itself slowly, ever so slowly sagging southward. It'll be through here by tonight. And by tomorrow morning, we'll start to notice a little bit of a cooler wind blowing out of the north or northeast. Got some snow showers in progress, or will be in progress, back in the Pacific Northwest. An onshore flow off the Pacific, rising up the mountains, encountering the cooler air, producing some pretty good snow accumulations there. Some frigid temperatures across the northern tier into the northeast over the next couple of days. And some of that colder air will be sinking southward with another front that will be arriving on our doorstep New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. This is the front that comes through tonight and brings us that little bit of a cool down. But if you look at the extended range forecast, it's not all that bad. It just takes our temperatures from well above average and drops us down to about our normals for several days before that cooler air arrives. So north-northeast wind at about 10 knots should bring you a light chop. Here's the forecast over the next several days. We'll be looking at about a 10% chance of an early Thursday shower, followed by on Sunday night about a 20% chance of overnight showers, and then some cooler temperatures on the first day of the new year, and plenty of rain showers around Tuesday. We start to clear out. Ray?
Thank you, John. This year's New Year's Eve celebration should bring 25,000 people into downtown Sarasota. With that being said, Sarasota Police will be out in full force. The entire department will work on New Year's Eve in downtown Sarasota. Again, 25,000 are expected. Sergeant Bruce King says they are planning to do whatever it takes to protect the crowd this year.
We'll be out in mass. The roads will be closed, basically from Orange Avenue down Main Street to Five Points Park and the roads around 5 Points. Much of that area will be barricaded off with cement barricades, so you can't drive a car in there.
Sergeant King is advising people to who go to the event to attend to leave bags and backpacks at home, as well as alcohol, carrying alcohol not sold at the event could land you in trouble. They'll be checking on the open violation container laws as well. Now, if you have fireworks near your house and you have pets, here are some tips from Manatee County's public safety team. Keep your pets indoors with curtains closed to shut out any fireworks. If your pets want to hide, let them. Feed your pet before the fireworks start. A full stomach makes them much more sleepy and helps them relax. And also turn on the TV or the stereo so you can disguise the sounds of the fireworks as well. Research shows good health habits are contagious. Doctors say the best thing we can do to stay on track is to find a workout buddy. They say when we have somebody who commits to a healthier lifestyle, it motivates us to follow suit. And by letting people know our plans, it also makes you more accountable for your actions.
The great thing is to say, I want to get healthy. Do you want to help me and join in? But it is to announce to the spouse what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing.
The doctor says that making a lifestyle change is a big commitment, and it's important to have friends that you can call on. He says that when we're stressed, we tend to fall into unhealthy habits, and that's when we need support the most. All right, time for lunch. And today, Chef Judy, what do you have for us, Chef?
Well, first of all, I have a great friend and a great guest. I have Paulette is here. Paulette Callender from the Spice and Tea Exchange in St. Armand. I talk about it all the time because you really have unique things. What are you going to be preparing for us today?
We're going to do a little New Year's Eve appetizer, our Tuscan baked cheese dip. Ooh. So, and along with that, we've switched up a little breadsticks and added some different flavors to really just bring all the flavors together.
Simple and easy to bring to a party if you're hosting. I'm going to be talking about Prosecco's and my favorite champagnes, and we're going to do a little fun little tasting using your salts and your sugars. That is kind of a trendy thing for bringing in the new year. So stay with us throughout the hour as we bring you simple and bubbly ideas for the new year.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback, for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
She, in turn, made a great impact on our community. Our Linda Carson has this week's Amazing Suncoast Woman.
Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
No one who's more deserving.
I am absolutely honored and grateful.
Dr. Shelley says there's a reason she's been honored as the Florida Principal of the Year.
But it's because of others along the path, others that helped me.
At a recent Embracing Our Differences luncheon, she opened up for the first time about many things. A disfiguring accident that marred her face when she was 3.
For years, I was ostracized because I looked different. And I was bullied by others because I looked different.
Even by her own grandmother.
People who were born darker skinned were often treated differently by others. In this case, it was my maternal grandmother. Often called me names because of the color of my skin.
But she did get support.
It was my paternal grandmother, we called her mother at the time, that believed in me in spite of. So while one was calling me names and putting me down, the other was calling me her Rachel Pearl. I was going to achieve greatness, and I can do anything that I set my mind on.
She excelled in school, but never even considered college. Nobody in her family had ever gone. In her speech, she talked about something she had never talked publicly about before, the man responsible for her going to college.
And when I was in 11th grade at a local high school, he came up to my mom and said, you know, I think I can get this girl into college. And I didn't know what happened behind the scenes until years later, but he actually made arrangements with Bethune-Cookman College.
And who was it?
It was Ed James, that impacted my life. And again, I was only 16 when I finally went, so we're talking 35 years ago. And so I finally had an opportunity to recognize him publicly.
I was taken aback for a moment, and I sat there. And then some of the people at the table saying, that's you. And I kind of just said, because I started to cry, and I thought if I started to talk, I would really cry.
And without him and his advice, his recommendation and support, I don't think I would have ever really gone to college.
It was a beyond a feel-good moment, but I was happy to have played whatever role, no matter how small, in the development of someone like Dr. Shelley.
We are so proud of Dr. Shelley for being named Florida Principal of the Year. She thanks Dr. Ed James and the many others who helped her along the way reach her goals. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Great story there. Thank you, Ed James, on that one. Special guest Paulette Keller now is with Chef Judy. She's from the Spice and Tea Exchange on St. Armand Circle. Ladies?
Okay, Paulette, you have some simple ideas and a new packet that we can purchase to make it easier for all our entertaining. I hand it over to you.
Yes, well, this is a whole new line that we're carrying called Chef to Table. So it's a recipe that comes with all of the spices, salts, sugars, blends, whatever it may call for. And then it also has a 60-second video on it. So this is our Tuscan baked cheese bread, which is so amazing.
And in cooler weather, this is going to be perfect.
So we're going to add our sour cream with our cream cheese.
Oh, yum.
Okay, and then we're going to blend this together. We're also going to add our oregano, which is already pre-measured.
Perfect.
So everything's easy, ready to go. You don't have to let these spices sit.
So people that say, I don't know how to cook, yes you do, yes
it's
you do.
easy. This
Just
makes
get
it
the whole
so
packet.
easy. This is our Romano cheese powder.
Oh, I love that. I
Yes.
want you to, I keep the larger packets at home and I put it on baked roasted vegetables.
And popcorn.
Fantastic. Yep.
And then this
That's
is our Aleppo pepper, which is amazing and really brings out a whole new flavor in this dish.
Will it make it spicy or just a little kick?
Not spicy. It adds, you know, just a unique peppery kind of flavor, but it's not heat.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we've mixed all this together. Now we're going to add a little bit of pizza sauce on the top.
Easy enough.
Okay, we're going to spread it all, make it look beautiful. Then we'll add a little bit more. Okay.
All right.
And then you can add really whatever toppings, whatever kind of pizza toppings you like. This one specifically calls for pepperoni. Okay, so we're just going to layer some pepperoni on the top. I'm also going to put a little bit of black olives.
Oh, nice.
Because
That's
I
gonna-
like black olives.
And it's going to bring it up a little bit for a party dip. I think that's a
Add
great
some
idea.
different
Yep.
colors. Yeah, so we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of the olives on the top. And then, of course, we're going to top it with some mozzarella cheese.
And always use a good quality mozzarella. I think that's what people really need to know. It makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Now, another thing you could do is you could add a little bit of our Tuscany blend. I did make some breadsticks to go with this with our truffle sea salt because I know that's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites, but this will be one of my new favorites, which I love. And, you know, I have to give a shout out to your son, Cole, because he did a little cooking at home with you today, and he made his own, like, little pizza knot, didn't he, using some of these ingredients?
And that's, you know, it's fun to get kids in the kitchen and really have them help out and learn a little bit about nutrition. And, you know, just using fresh,
so they're not afraid, and in empowering them, I think it's a great idea. So I know when we come back in a little while, we're going to talk about desserts, but in the next segment, let's talk about Prosecco, which is an affordable and bright way to ring in the new year, as well as my favorite, French champagnes. So we'll come back in a few minutes, and I can't wait to dip into that in just a little while. Thanks, Paula.
Thank you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
If you're between 50 and 85 years old, call the number on your screen right now for free information on how to save your family thousands of dollars. We're Family Love Plans, and we've been helping families just like yours for over 30 years. The average funeral today can cost up to $10,000 or more, but the most you'll get from government benefits is just $255. How will your family pay the difference? At Family Love Plans, we can help you and your family. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam and your plan can't be canceled. Better still, your rate will never go up and your benefits will never go down. Get your free information about our senior plans. Just answer a few simple questions and receive approval right over the phone.
Call 1-800-707-3608. That's 1-800-707-3608.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A new neighborhood in Parrish has mailboxes, but they just don't have any mail delivery. Residents of this 5-year-old development called Cross Creek have to drive a few miles each way to the post office when they want to get their mail. The post office says it can't afford to deliver to individual homes. Neighbors say if the development owner, Medallion Homes, put in so-called cluster boxes by the front entrance, the post office would deliver the mail.
I've spoken to most of the residents here. They don't care how it gets here as long as it gets here. Yeah, we want to be able to walk to get our mail.
The post office says they will continue to work for a resolution. No one from the Medallion Homes has returned our calls. A new grocery store opens this weekend in Sarasota County. Whole Foods opens its second store in the area Sunday on University Parkway near Honore. This project was quite controversial a few years ago. Environmentalists protested the store being built on wetlands. Former President Obama has been through thousands of interviews, but this is the first one perhaps with a prince. Reporter Molly Hunter has the story from London.
Okay. In his very first interview since leaving office, former President Barack Obama sits down with his friend, Prince Harry. Guest hosting a BBC radio show with the president in the hot seat, the young royal fired away.
I'll interview you if you want.
No,
Okay.
let's keep it this way. I much prefer that. What's different about your mornings?
I wake up later, but the things that are important to me haven't changed.
And the important things, Barack Obama said, need to stay constant, to stay rock solid.
Can I take you back to the 20th of January, 2017? What's going through your mind?
The first thing that went through my mind was sitting across from Michelle, how thankful I was that she had been my partner through that whole process.
Perhaps a little encouragement for Harry, who has now introduced his partner to public life. And finally, a lightning round.
Boxers or briefs?
Sorry, we don't answer those questions.
Harry or William?
William right now.
Including a few, really, with only one right answer.
Queen or the Queen?
The Queen.
Okay, good answer again. Suits or the Good Wife?
Suits, obviously.
Great answer.
Today's program is guest edited by Prince Harry.
And today, Harry joined the regular BBC anchors for a quick chat.
It was your future wife's first Christmas with the in-laws. How was it?
Oh, it was fantastic. She really enjoyed it. The family loved having her there.
The next question, will Obama be invited to the big wedding next year?
Wouldn't want to ruin that surprise.
Meghan and Harry have 5 very busy months to sort out that guest list. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
Very smooth answers there by the former president.
Yeah. Can you imagine being a cameraman on that set or a director or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 2 of the most famous people in the world.
Prince and a president.
It's
Right.
pretty amazing. Yeah. We have some pleasant weather for us
Yes.
today. It's absolutely royal-like weather out there today. Yeah, it was a lousy segue. I apologize. Excuse me. I am sorry about that.
You tried.
Annie, I did try. I gave it a shot. A little bit of extra cloud cover building during the later afternoon hours. That might keep our nighttime temperatures up despite the fact that a cold front will have moved past. How are you going to notice that tomorrow? Well, there may be a spot or two of drizzle on a radar tomorrow morning, perhaps. And then as the front moves on past, you'll see some clearing skies and some slightly cooler temperatures working their way in. It's not cool out there now, that's for sure. Well above average daytime highs today, coming in near the 80-degree mark. Currently, we're in the upper 70s to near 80. A little bit of cloud cover in store for us a little later on today. First high clouds, then building maybe some mid-level clouds as we head into the nighttime hours. That's okay. That'll keep us warmer as we head out the door tomorrow morning. A little bit of rain shower activity, focused mostly to the north of us. I don't think we'll see a whole lot around here. I'll throw in about a 10% chance of rain starting around midnight tonight, but that's it. And total rainfall amounts pretty negligible. When you wake up tomorrow morning, it'll probably be cloudy, but it certainly will be fog free and it won't be all that cold, right?
All right, John, talk to you soon. Thank you. In Tallahassee, Senate President Joe Negron is still backing an untapped $85 million job growth fund as Democrats question the need to replenish that fund. Negron offered support for Governor Scott's budget request to set aside another $85 million for the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund. The program has attracted nearly 220 proposals worth almost $800 million. The fund requires the money go to regional projects, not individual businesses.
I've always been supportive of the Job Growth Fund and supportive of the governor's economic development initiatives. And with regard to Visit Florida, the exact amount, I'll leave up to the individual, committees and members to make that decision. But I don't think you can argue with the results.
On another subject, the agency Visit Florida says annual visitor counts are up 1/3 in the past 6 years, they say due to a boost in public and private funding. Despite enduring its deadliest terror attack since 9/11 earlier this year, New York City is on pace to record its lowest murder total in decades. In fact, Major crimes have decreased in comparison to last year. The police commissioner and mayor credited the reductions to a focus on neighborhood policing, which they began 2 years ago. But one crime, unfortunately, has continued to escalate, that is sexual assault on women. 3 major U.S. cities are suing the Pentagon over gun background checks, or in some cases a lack thereof. New York City, Philadelphia, San Francisco accusing the Department of Defense of failing to report criminal convictions to the National Criminal Background Check System. They say the government's failure to report convictions puts innocent Americans at risk. The lawsuit follows that Texas church shooting earlier this year, where it later turned out to be a gun with a conviction, wasn't reported to the criminal background check system in time. President Trump is in Florida this week at his home in Palm Beach County, and though he has played golf, he also has done some work as well while on vacation. Kenneth Moten reports on the president's New Year's predictions.
No public events scheduled for President Trump today, but we know he's been consistent about 2 things on his South Florida holiday vacation: golfing and tweeting. President Trump spotted through the trees wearing that signature red hat on his Trump International Golf Course, back hitting the links and back on Twitter with a New Year prediction about businesses, saying they're looking good, quote, only to be helped further by our tax cut bill. Will be a great year for companies and jobs. Stock market is poised for another year of success. The president is also responding to a Fox News report about that now infamous dossier alleging links between the Trump campaign and Russia. The president tweeted Tuesday, quote, wow, dossier is bogus. Clinton campaign DNC funded dossier. FBI cannot, after all this time, verify claims in dossier of Russia-Trump collusion. FBI tainted. The most salacious parts of the dossier have not been corroborated. It's unclear what role, if any, it has played in the FBI's broader investigation into Russia election meddling. The president continues his working vacation in Florida today, a state he's visited more than any other as president. 12 trips, at least 40 days spent at his luxurious Mar-a-Lago resort, and more than 60 days at one of his golf clubs. By the time the president leaves Florida to return to Washington next week, he will have spent more than 100 days at his property since taking office, including overnight stays and shorter visits. That 100 days, nearly a third of his presidency. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
All right, time again for Chef Judy and Paulette from the Spice and Tea Exchange on St. Armand Circle. Ladies?
Okay, Paulette, this is fun because we're going to do a little tasting. I had you bring in some sugars. First, we're going to talk about Prosecco, and I want to thank my friends at Vivino.com. Now, Vivino, you can get the app or you can go on Vivino.com. It's the largest wine club membership, and I love their tasting notes. You can use the app to find out what price you want to pay, what to pair with different things. So they've sent us 3 Proseccos, and I want to walk you through it. The first one we're going to talk about is the Carpene Malvolto Prosecco. It's a Supreme Prosecco. It has a touch of sweetness and a dense honeyed apple quality that comes to mind at first. So, Paulette, I had you bring in your delicious apple crisp cinnamon sugar, because what you can do is you can just dip the rim in some water or the strawberry to get some moisture, and we dipped these particular champagnes in Pinot Noir sea salt, or you can go the sweeter side, which is really fun. Now, another Prosecco that we picked out is the Marco Orca, and this is Sorrento lemon zest with a lime leaf with a little bit of Sicilian blood orange. I'm going to go out in a box and say this is going to drink really well with some non-spicy Thai food or Vietnamese food, because you're getting that hint of lime in there, right? Yeah. So that might be a fun way to splash things off. And then our third is the Santa Margherita. Now, you know that name because you know of Pinot Grigio. So this is going to be a wine that does, this Prosecco is going to have a little bit of that Pinot Grigio in there. Very a popular grape that so many vintners want to have. Now, this has a lot of bubbles. It weaves through with a clean, quick finish, and we think it's going to go great with your Tuscan bread. So there's another thought for you as well. Now, Prosecco is usually fairly less expensive compared to champagnes, but For champagne, for the big night and the big occasion, I always lean towards Veuve Clicquot. If you're going to be doing something like a grilled pizza, light with maybe an arugula, a Parma prosciutto, and maybe a little bit of some of your seasoning, right? That's going to be perfect for the rosé Veuve. And for the traditional, all you need is a strawberry. A strawberry brings out the effervescence and the sweetness of the champagne. So lots to look at. We have the tasting notes online, and between that and your delicious breads, so we're going to have a party.
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready too. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for as little as $24,999. Or get all the truck you need to get the job done with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $11,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures climbing pretty nicely under the influence of all that sunshine out there. Dew point values at 63 is low enough that the temperature will probably climb up to near the 80-degree mark before the daytime heating stops. We have an east-southeast wind, an indication that we are still under the influence of that southerly flow. That 77-degree temperature, pretty representative of temperatures around the region. Inland, the temperatures are a degree or two warmer, coming in some places at 80 already. That represents about a 3 to 5 degree temperature rise from 24 hours ago. So it's a warmer day today by a few degrees. Tonight, with all that warmth in place, the clouds will start to build, and that'll kind of lock that temperature in, despite the fact that a front located just to our north is sinking southward and will pass through our area tonight. That will allow for our for a slight chance at a rain shower or two. Now, we had some rain showers and some snow showers, actually, earlier on near the Atlanta area. That is now kind of moving out of the area as an area of low pressure continues to drift toward the east. Not much in the way of any kind of inclement weather across most of the country. We do have some fairly significant lake effect snows going on right now because of a strong wind out of the Canada, out of the northeast. But you know what? We're not going to see that continue too terribly long as high pressure continues to slide to the east, pushing this frontal boundary to the south. We'll watch that frontal boundary continue to press south and bring us mostly sunny, warm conditions. Clouds will build tonight, and tomorrow will be a slightly cooler day. And by slightly cooler, I mean it's not going to be a frigid blast. It'll just reduce our temperature a few degrees and get us closer to the temperature that we'd expect to see at this time of year. A little bit of cloud cover around, and we'll see a little bit in the way of any kind of rainfall across the region over the next 24 hours. And that cloud cover will give way to a little bit more sunshine as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures, though, will still be a little cooler. Now, rainfall associated with this front will be isolated mostly in the deep south locally. If we see any rainfall, it'll be in the form of drizzle, and that drizzle will end pretty quickly. Cold temperatures to the north, oh my goodness, zeros, minus 13 in Minuit. And we have some of that colder air sinking southward. It's coming in over a snow-covered land, and so it will maintain its cool temperature as it sinks southward. And so that by New Year's Eve, I think that frontal boundary moving southward will bring us some of this cooler air. It will just tag us. And some computer models suggest a little bit cooler than other computer models, so we're still refining the forecast a little bit. But I think it's certainly possible that you won't have to go too far north in Florida to find nighttime lows in the 30s as we head into the first day of the new year. And certainly in our neck of the woods, temperatures will be cooler as well. You'll see that pretty soon in the 7-day forecast. Okay, a glimpse ahead at New Year's Eve as the ball drops, or in our case, the pineapple drops. It should be around 60 degrees, 58 to 60 degrees. And then on New Year's Day, we're not going to get much warmer, only at about 68 degrees on New Year's Day, about a 10-degree difference from where we are right now. And there'll be plenty of rain showers around, I think, as that stronger front sinks southward. Beach and boating forecast calls for a northeast wind at about 5 to 10 knots today. It'll be a little bit stronger during the overnight. 10% chance of an early patch of drizzle tomorrow morning as the front sinks south. We clear out tomorrow. On Sunday, we see that chance of rainfall during the overnight, but it's a slight chance. Temperature's a little cooler, though. And then on Monday, cooler still. Nighttime lows in the 50s and a good chance of rain for the first day of the new year, then clearing and cooler as we head into the days ahead. Back to you, Ray.
Thank you, John. Consumer news now. If you received a gift card during the holidays, listen up now. Consumer Reports is out with a new warning on how bad guys can scam money from gift cards. Consumer Reports says the scam can be as simple as the crook taking the card from the rack. Next, they write down the numbers in the back and scratch off the strip on the back to get the security codes. Then, using replacement strips that can be found online, the hacker covers the codes and leaves the store. And once you buy the altered card and load money onto it, the thief gets an alert. Experts say protect yourself by buying directly from the retailer online. If you do buy a gift card in a store, make sure it's one that's kept behind the register. Well, James Bond may not worry about safety, but auto industry regulators say they should. The maker of 007's luxury sports car, Aston Martin, is recalling thousands of cars due to safety concerns. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, nearly 3,500 cars have issues with the powertrain. The concern is that the car could roll away if it's parked on an incline without the parking brake engaged. Aston Martin is also recalling nearly 2,000 other cars due to a fire risk involving battery cables. Even though he said he wasn't going to do it a few years ago, Elon Musk is now promising an electric pickup truck. It all happened over a Twitter conversation with Tesla fans. One person asked for an electric pickup, and Musk responded that he promises he'll make it happen right after the Model Y. He told investors the goal is to have it ready by the year 2020. Oil prices reached a new height yesterday, causing gas prices to rise after a 6-week decline. AAA says Florida prices rose 2 cents overnight. The least expensive gas, though, is just up the road a bit in Tampa and St. Petersburg. The Library of Congress has archived every public tweet posted during Twitter's first 12 years, but now it's all changing. The library says starting next week, it'll only collect posts on a selective basis. It did not include the criteria for how it will select tweets to archive. The library said the new policy is due in part to Twitter's recent decision to double the character limit on tweets and to the increased volume of posts as well since the agreement was first reached back in the year 2010. Well, you might think restoring a 500-year-old building would require high-tech solutions, but at the Vatican, they do things the old-fashioned way, with milk. It's an ancient recipe, but the Vatican's chief architect says apparently it's proven more lasting than other modern paints. As an added bonus, the process is in line with the Pope's ecology theory. They get the milk from his cows that are raised and milked in his summer home.
We really try to apply this non-invasive and methods non-invasive for the environment and for the people.
The library has 100 full-time staffers who clean, repair, and restore their ancient art and buildings at the Vatican. Still to come on your Suncoast News, singer Kid Rock is calling his new tour the greatest show on earth. We'll tell you why a local company is suing him for using that phrase.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Here we have it. So you've made some beautiful breads. I can't wait to kind of tuck in and I just dip it into
You just dip it in. Easy.
This is great.
Yes, and we used some of the Italian street fare on the breadsticks and the truffle salt on the bread.
Now, while I take this bite, tell me about the dessert. Oh,
So
this is great.
the cheesecake, we just actually, to be honest, this is store-bought cheesecake.
I'm glad you
Okay.
came true.
Yes,
Okay.
it's store-bought cheesecake, but I drizzled it with some chocolate and I added some salted caramel sugar.
Make it easy. Buy the champagne or the
Yes.
Prosecco, buy the sugars
And
or creative
enjoy.
salts and enjoy. So I need to toast to you.
Cheers.
And to everybody out there, I want to thank you for this wonderfully tasteful and exciting year, and there promises to be a lot more in the upcoming 2018.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ray,
Happy
back
New
to
Year.
you. Happy New Year.
All right, thank you both. Palmetto-based Feld Entertainment is suing singer Kid Rock for trademark infringement. Feld owns popular shows like Monster Jam, Disney on Ice, and the Ringling Brothers Circus, which stopped its shows earlier this year. Now, even though the circus no longer tours, Feld still owns the circus intellectual property, including the phrase, the greatest show on earth. Well, Kid Rock is using that same phrase for his tour, so this lawsuit will have to move quickly, though. The tour is set to kick off this weekend in Kansas City. A big honor for Beatles legend Ringo Starr. The 77-year-old drummer will receive a knighthood at Buckingham Palace on New Year's Day. He'll be recognized for his music and his charity work as well. His bandmate, Sir Paul McCartney, was knighted 20 years ago. Model Chrissy Teigen live tweeted an airline mistake that made an 11-hour flight even longer yesterday. A flight bound for Tokyo made a U-turn back to Los Angeles after a single passenger had gotten on the wrong flight. Teigen was on board and she was not happy. She tweeted that she had been on that plane for 4 hours when it was forced to turn around again in midair. Not sure who that passenger was, but he'll not be getting any John Legend tickets. You can bet on that. That'd be challenging.
Either will the employees of the airline.
I know it.
At the gate.
Correctamundo.
Getting 4 hours into a flight,
Yeah.
you got to turn around now?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I know.
Guess those are the rules.
Fun fact, I was at the LAX airport 2 hours before that happened.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I just got back.
Did you have anything to do with this?
I still want
make
those tickets,
sure.
though. No, no connection, I promise. Well, enjoy your afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow morning now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Have a great day.